Hey everybody, this is Craig with AI, and I'm here with Oyen this morning from the UK. Hi,
Hi, Dr. Craig. How are you doing?
great to be with you. And you've done so many entrepreneurial things and using technology and the beauty space. And I think this is going to be an exciting learning experience for me and for the viewers as well. So, why don't you
Yeah,
share with us a bit about your background?
absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Adebayo. I'm the CEO and founder of a group of companies called Neo Group, and we exist to build consumer tech products that shape industries. I have two businesses within the group. One is an education business that looks to upskill women to get into tech, but another one is a beauty business that uses augmented reality and artificial intelligence to essentially have women have personalized experiences and the best kind of premium experiences when it comes to getting hair and beauty services and products.
Tell us about the upskilling for women with technology.
Yeah, so I've been upskilling, well, my education business specifically, we've been upskilling women since around 2020. And we focused a lot on women from underrepresented backgrounds, and more specifically Black women, or women from Afro and Afro-Caribbean backgrounds. We've upskilled about 700 Black women to get into various kind of roles, ranging from software engineers to data analysts to data scientists, and also kind of, and machine learning as well. Um, and so we've done that through boot camps, and we have massive clients like Goldman Sachs, KPMG, and the likes, and a lot of our women end up working in those kind of companies. Um, and now we're kind of like essentially scaling that bootcamp business up to a full-fledged edtech solution that enables anybody anywhere to be able to upskill from zero to C-suite to be able to get opportunities in technology and learn the kind of like most in-demand technology skills. So within this platform, people can learn any technology skill, get rewarded with points and redeem those points. And also our kind of data-backed and machine learning algorithm will be able to match you with the right skill to learn based upon your behavior on the platform. So yeah, that's the education business.
So that might be someone who comes to the boot camp and starts at the very basic level, but then they can, through their career and their going up, actually learn skills and the platform will customize it.
Yes, exactly. And it will also, depending on what kind of what route you come through, whether you came through work, we have a B2B solution, but we also have like a direct consumer solution. If you come through the direct to consumer route, we'll be able to kind of the kind of platform will be able to recommend the right jobs for you. So just see it as like a almost kind of like your co-pilot, your AI co-pilot for anything to do with leveling up education as well as opportunities, both entrepreneurial and employment opportunities. So yeah, you're able to kind of we want to be able to break every barrier that allows people to really excel in their careers.
Love it, love it. And I noticed when you're talking about the beauty platform you're
Yeah.
developing with AI and augmented reality, that sounds really exciting and cutting edge. Tell us about
Yeah.
that.
So the journey of actually building this started back in 2014 now. I started braiding people's hair. I grew my clientele from just me and my sister to over 1,000 women across the Midlands in the United Kingdom.
Wow.
But I couldn't do this myself. I needed other people to help. And so I started to kind of get more stylists on board. But I continue to see a problem across the women that I was braiding their hair. And I realized one of the problems was that they wanted more of a personalized experience. They wanted
Mm.
a better experience and actually to be able to predict what they were going to get. And so I had this dream of building an Uber and Siri for her, where you'd be able to essentially command this app to be able to kind of get any head start you would like. And so fast forward to now, we're kind of, I'll say, stealth building this kind of AI co-pilot for her that would be almost kind of like your best friend, where we'll be able to recommend styles for you, recommend services and products based upon the input that you put into it. You'll be able to try on hairstyles for before you kind of get it booked at a salon. So if you wanted to change the color of your hair, you can do that using this kind of app here.
So the woman would be identifying some features that she wants, and I imagine the camera's looking at her and it
Yes.
shows her. Does it show in real time or does it take time to process?
So that's the thing we're working on. So in real time, so you'll be able to kind of twist your head around, see what it looks like before
Wow.
you book your appointment. But it's not just about that kind of style, but also the health of your hair. So we're working on solutions for
Mm,
the scalp as well. So yeah.
wow. And so to develop the personalization features,
Exactly.
how tricky is that using AI?
Very. So what's interesting, we started with AR, and we quickly realized that because augmented reality as a technology is not mature enough, and we found ourselves moving away from AR into computer vision. The scalability wasn't high, and actually using, large language models, generative AI, has been much easier or better for us, shall I say, because of like the data points that exist now. The challenge that we have even beyond that point is that um, there's not enough data for women with textured hair when it comes to kind of the inputs that we have to have
Mm,
into our system. And so it's been very, very challenging and very tough. Like we were really ready to kind of launch the first version of it, but because of the lack of scalability, we have to like take a longer route when it comes to producing it.
right. And so do you envisage that a lady can be at home having her phone and access the app or the website and see that anywhere, anytime?
Yes, that's the plan, and that's what we're building. So the models will be attached to phones, but also at scale, we want to be able to build this for every like salons and so on and so forth.
Okay. So then does it direct them to a salon that specializes in that type of hair treatment?
Yes, exactly. It does. And also not just the salon, but even the products that is required for
Wow.
the desire of the customer. It might not even just be your style. It might be I want to have longer hair, and we will recommend courses and products to be able to achieve longer hair. Um, we'll be able to kind of check the state of your hair, like in terms of like
Mm.
how healthy it is, and recommend the right products for it using very kind of scientifically backed inputs. Um, so that's the plan. And we already have a version of it, and we're using to gather data. We actually have our own salon in Birmingham, in the UK, very beautiful pink salon, where we're using it to gather data to be able to help us inform our kind of our model, our co-pilot, with the right solutions.
I've been married for 20 years. My wife is Samoan and has very curly hair. And I can't remember in 20 years when she's ever been satisfied with going to the hairdressers for something,
Yeah.
fully satisfied with what she's received. So this is a very exciting thing you're doing.
Thank you so much. Yes, it's not even just for the consumer, but it's also for the stylist as well. Because there's a like asymmetric, there's this weird asymmetric information that exists between stylists and customers, where the customer has this high expectation, but the stylist has a different
Right.
perception of what they think can happen. And so why can't we use technology to bridge that gap, right? Where
Mm.
the stylist feels heard, but also the customer also understands what the stylist is saying, but also the customer can actually share from their own perspective, you know, and meet halfway.
Can we take a step back and look at the two platforms you've got, and the one
Yeah,
you're developing, the one that does the skill development over the career trajectory for
yeah.
females. What are the key points and key learnings that you took from the education platform that you're applying to this model?
Absolutely. So the education business is a lot more mature than the beauty business. Some of the key learnings that I've taken, um, with the education business specifically, is more to do with the fact that actually, like, if you empower women, you're empowering a generation. But not just
Mm,
but like there's a lot, there's less than 2% of women from Afro-Caribbean backgrounds and African backgrounds in the UK that are in tech. And so for me, changing that status quo and equalizing the status quo has been interesting, but also not just interesting, but actually those people have been able to contribute to the building of the beauty solution. What's been great
Mm.
is that no longer, so when I speak to like maybe men that might not understand these pain points to the T, it's a lot difficult for them to then build because they didn't understand. And so now we
Mm.
have more being able to build that, and it's been interesting. Aside from like I guess the practicalities, I think another thing that I've really learned is being able to transfer some of the education piece or the education of or upskilling of people in tech and actually bringing that structure even into the beauty business and educating stylists and educating people on best practices. So using those structures to be able to create almost kind of like an education arm.
Wow. From the personalization of the two pieces of software, you said previously, it might have been before I hit the record button, about using a
Yeah.
large language model.
Mhm.
I can't see how that would work. Can you share more about how that works?
For the beauty business,
Yes.
for the beauty,
Yes.
um So, using using la large language models to create an AI co-pilot for beauty and hair um is basically like saying, okay, there are these amount of data points that exist for all kind of hair problems that you may have. And if you input the right data, you're going to get the right data out, if that makes sense. Now, the challenge
Mm.
that we have is that yeah, we use the word large language models, but the challenge is that we don't have enough data in the women's hair and the textured hair industry in the sense that you can take a picture of me right now and take a picture of my hair. We don't have we don't have enough data points to understand what my strands look like. And so that's one of the challenges that we are having to face when it comes to building things up. And so what we're starting off with is, okay, can we start off with text? You know, tech text kind of exchange. So, okay, hi, the name of the kind of co-pilot is going to be called Jora. Hi, Jora, I would like to, my hair, I have split ends. Can you recommend me this? And there's obviously a lot of data points on the internet or that exist on the web about split ends, and so it would be able to recommend that. Now, eventually, we would move into picture and then move into video. But I'm trying to see how we can move into picture and text at the same time. But the challenge is that it's still not wouldn't be perfect. And this is where the AR bit comes in because we've started building the AR piece, as I mentioned earlier on.
Mm.
But when it comes to scalability of it, it's quite tough to be able to launch that in itself because it requires a lot of processing power
Mm.
at once. So if you're trying to, let's say you're trying to try on a hairstyle live, that processing power is absolutely crazy. And so that AR piece will be able to give us that data point in order for us to continue to mature that model. Yeah, so yeah.
Wonderful. I love that you said when you change a woman, you change a generation.
Yes,
That's very
absolutely.
exciting.
Yes.
Well, I do want to thank you for your time and thank you for sharing with us the business you've already built and the business you're building now and the impact that it's having on communities as well. We wish you all the very, very best with what you're doing.
Thank you so much.